You want to see what Miss Eastern Shore Farmer does to tires? That's like the third tire on two separate vehicles. She's ran over something. One tire had less than like 500 miles on it, and she ran over a bolt. We had to get a new tire. Come on, girl.
You're dead. It's too late to complain. You should have complained at the beginning, when you at least had a chance. My question to you, and I don't expect you to answer it, just think about it in your head. How bad do things have to get before you do something? Do they have to take away all your property? Do they have to license every activity that you want to engage in? Do they have to be throwing you on cattle cars before you start to say, now wait a minute, I don't think this is a good idea? How long is it going to be before you finally resist and say, no, I will not comply? Period. That's a different answer for each person. Ask yourself now, because sooner or later you're going to come to that line, and when they cross it, what are you going to say? Well, okay, cross this line. Okay, now cross that line. Okay, now cross this line. And pretty soon you're in a corner. Sooner or later you've got to draw a line and stand your ground, whether anybody else does or not. Let me share with you some thoughts from some of the founding fathers. Thomas Jefferson said, and what country can preserve its liberties if its rulers are not warned from time to time that this people preserve the spirit of resistance? Let them take arms. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Right? We're talking bloodshed if necessary. Abraham Lincoln. This country, with its institutions, belongs to the people who inhabit it. Whenever they shall grow weary of their existing government, they can exercise their constitutional right of amending it, or their constitutional right to dismember or overthrow it. He also said, we the people are the rightful masters of Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. How do you know if the Constitution has been perverted if you haven't read it?
Alright, well, it's Friday around noon. Tried cutting beans this morning, but it didn't really rain. It was almost like a mist come through. You can see the clouds, and it lasted about 5 minutes and it's over with, and that messed us up doing cutting beans today. So I am loading the tender with rye. We just got the farms across town that I have cut, we got them lined. They're over there doing that now, and we're going to spin the rye on, turbo till it in for corn next year. That's going to be our corn ground. The way we had rye over there last year, and I think that's why the beans are doing so good. And here's the rye. I think that's why the beans are doing 100 bushels an acre over there. It's because of that rye. Has to be. So we're planning on putting corn there next year, long season corn. So we're going to go ahead and get the rye on it. Hopefully by next year to get real tall, produce a lot of nitrogen for the corn. And with nitrogen going to cost so much next year, and being in short supply apparently, this gives us an extra 85 to 95 pounds of nitrogen with the rye on there. So I'd like to get some vetch also and put some vetch in a couple different farms. I mean, that'll give you 100 pounds of nitrogen off of that vetch. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. But that's the goal for today. I'm going to fill the tender up, and then I'm going to move the turbo till across town and have it ready for tomorrow morning, because that's what we'll be doing. So stay tuned. 2 new tires, 2 new rims. These are the, when we bought it, somebody that had it before must have put the John Deere rims on there, and we kept having problems with tires blowing, everything else, and I don't think they actually matched up or fit, because they could never get the tires to fit proper. Always had a problem with these 2 sides on this turbo till. So I was coming in here yesterday, blew one there, and then blew one right before I turned into the driveway on this side. And I've had this outside tire off 2 times so far within 2 weeks getting it fixed. So we finally just said hell with it, because I tore the rims up anyway, because I had to drag her off the road to get her out of everybody's way. So we finally just said hell with it. I went to Hoover's, got 2 new rims. Luckily they had them, and I actually ordered 2 more rims from Deere, because I had called them both, and then Deere called me back after I bought these. So they were getting me 2 more rims, and I got Knox to get me the tires. I've been all day up Seaford, and then I went to Knox and Pocomoke and got the tires put on. Greg, everybody excellent down there, man. They got me in, got me out, helped me out quick. The tool pickup actually needed a battery, because when I turned her off, she wouldn't start back up. They had a battery. They brought it out while they were mounting the tires. I hurried up and put the battery in. Excellent down there at Knox. I mean, here lately they've been getting us in, Greg and them guys, really doing a good job knocking stuff out. So thank you guys. But we got it right. We got the tender over here. I don't know if you can see it through the turbo till. There she is, right there. My brother brought that over this morning. So he's got the new spinner. He's on his way over, so he's gonna go ahead and spin the rye. Dad or me probably will work it in. And if the weather holds up right, I want to go cut soybeans, finish our Castle Hill farm, and then move to Mr. Pete's. Start getting some of that done. So I just got all that done. They come and limed everything yesterday. Now they're over working on another farm we got, liming it. So they're doing that. So get all this right here done, get it spun, and then get it turboed in lightly. And that rye will help us next year with our nitrogen. So, and if anybody wants good things, these DeWalt's, we've had Milwaukee and everything else. And these little, that's a 1/2 inch, this is 3/8. Man, these things got power, brushless. I mean, I haven't found nothing that they can't take off yet. As long as you got a good battery. When the battery starts going low, that's when you can tell that you need to, you know, she won't break them loose. You just put a new battery in there and they just go. I mean, very excellent guns, DeWalt. Haven't had a single problem with them at all. Very pleased with them. But anyway, we're getting ready to start spraying. Got the new tires. These are actually Great Plains rims. They're the ones that actually go on it. So we're back to the original. She's already got them on the other side, but this is a lot of weight. Here, let me change the camera around. I don't know if you know, but all these weights, she's got it all the way across, and then they're all underneath. It's all the way through there. It's like 15, I don't know, they say it's like 15,000 pounds of weights on her in the center, and then you put the down pressure on the wings. You can lock in continuous and she'll hold it down. And she does an excellent job turning. And now these fingers, we do got to rebuild them, but they'll get us through this year. But man, these with the basket, the way they're angled, and with these blades, I mean, she does an excellent job leveling ground and chopping up corn stalks. I mean, if you got residue you need chopped up, definitely get a turbo till. The only downside I hate, and on the new ones, now if you buy a new one, you don't have this problem because they already got the sealed bearings on. You know, but we bought a used one. They're pretty pricey. I think they're probably around 68, 70,000 for a new 30 foot, and we don't want anything below 30 foot. 30 and bigger is what we want. Cover some ground, get it done quicker. They're probably 68, 70,000. They might even be more than that now. So we bought her used, I don't know, 2 years ago for like 20 or something. So I think we can get through this year, maybe next year, and then we're gonna have to rebuild the blades. But once you get the old, you know, she's the older style, she's a Series 2. Once you get the regular bearings out of her and put the whole housing bearing on her that's sealed, we haven't had a single problem with them. And I mean, she does an excellent job. So, real good at chopping up corn stalks and leveling ground out real good. So, I'm going to get her unfolded and get her ready for whoever's going to do her today. It's a little cloudy. The sun's starting to go behind some of these clouds, but there's a lot of blue sky over there. So, I want to get some beans cut today. See if we can break that 100 bushel mark, because it's damn close. So, alright. Alright, so I'm back to cutting. They're over there spreading the rye and turbo and an Inundated. My brother are. So I came over here and started cutting. It's supposed to rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So beans were cutting 12-9 the day before yesterday, and then after that little brief miss that we had, hold on, that was my buddy Gary. He was calling me. They stay at our trailer down the street while they're down hunting every weekend, so he's doing little odds and ends work around there and wanted to do something. So, but yeah, it was cutting like 12-9 to 14 the other day, and after that little misty crap we had yesterday that lasted maybe an hour, and then it straightened up. Now they're cutting anywhere from 14.4 to 16.9. So normally we'd probably let them dry out another day. Today's Saturday. Purdue, they're open today till 5, and then tomorrow 7 to 4. But with all that rain coming next week, we're going to cut 15-16% beans. I mean, it would be dumb to leave them in the field. It's supposed to rain, like I said, I think the whole week. So we're going to get them out. And they're cutting really good. Like I say, you know, right now it's 85, 94, 101, 83, 103, 91, 89. So, you know, you're talking about 85, 95 bushel beans. And I'm not letting them in here because we got our neighbor. He was actually telling me earlier that it looks like some of his are starting to pop. And the stems are green, but the bean's done. So they're going to try to get them out also. So, it is what it is today. But we're rolling right along here. I don't have maybe 35 acres left on this farm. And then I'll be done. Then we're going to move up to I think it's like 65 acres up the road of our neighbor's cut his. And he's got, it looks like they planted 2 or 3 different varieties out there in that field. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. But some of the varieties look ready, and then some of the varieties look like the stems are green, but the bean's done. So with all that rain coming, if I can get this knocked out today and get moved up there and open up some spots for some trucks, then I'll cut that tomorrow. I'll just cut all day. Even though it's Sunday, I'll miss Tom Brady playing, but we know he's going to win anyway. So, anyway, that's what's going on today. See, like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. Got the sweet tea, of course. But they're still doing pretty good. I figured they'll probably average about 85, 87, something like that is what I'm thinking. So let's hope so. I know it's putting their power bar up there. I don't know if you can see it or not in the glare. Just putting it right up there almost at the edge of the green and the yellow. Alright, it's Sunday. Spread cover crop this morning. Went up to the shop, got the hopper out, loaded that for my brother. He was over there doing it today, but we got done. We got caught up to the combine, so now we're taking the day off, watching Tom Brady play football. Combine broke down yesterday. We had a bearing go out in the center belt back roller of the draper. So there's where the bearing goes in there. So Atlantic Tractor, they got like 8 Atlantic tractors, don't have a bearing. They don't have anything. John Deere has a bigger issue than just a strike going on. None of their places have parts. You would think that before harvest season, they know people's going to break down, so you would think they'd have belts, bearings, just everything that has to do with not just the combine, but the headers. They have nothing. I mean, nothing in stock. They didn't even have the teeth for the draper, the double longs for the cutter bar. Nothing is in stock. So, and this was going on before Deere went on strike. So these places will not keep stock in. They want you to wait and order it when, you know, and then it takes 3 or 4 days. Well, then you're broke down for 3 or 4 days. So guy can have $1 million combine and just have a belt go out, cleaning fan belt, just anything. And that $1 million piece of equipment can't cut anything because nobody keeps anything in stock. I have no idea why they don't keep stuff in stock, but they're not. So anyway, it's probably just they just can't get stuff, I guess, because of the COVID. I'm sure they got stuff ordered, but I guess with COVID they can't. I don't know. I'm sure it's COVID's fault. So, but anyway, so we weren't able to cut, and it is nice out. The wind's blowing today, sunny, clear. I had 12 acres left on that farm to cut before I was going to move down the road and do our neighbors, and I can't do that, so it is what it is. So we're taking Sunday off. I didn't want to, but I guess you have to when you can't get parts. So it is what it is. Every farmer's got to deal with it, I guess. I'm sure it's just not John Deere. I'm sure it's Hoover's and everywhere else. So anyway, that's how my day's going. I'm gonna go